Hey everyone, welcome to episode 15 of AquaLab. Today is going to be the final episode of AquaLab. I know it's really sudden, but if you guys have been keeping up with me on Twitter, if you guys saw my vlog yesterday, you'll know that I've pretty much lost interest in AquaLab since I took my break from YouTube. I really don't know what else to say about it. It's just I don't want to really come in here and play anymore. You know, those last two videos I had recorded about, I want to say about 2 weeks ago. And since then, I've been coming in here trying to do other things, like, as you guys can see, I've done some redecorating, hoping to try to, pique my interest again, to get back in here and, get the vision flowing again. But I really haven't had any luck, so I think it's probably best to say that it's time to go ahead and finish it off. So today will be the final episode. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of work as to what I had planned next on my AquaLab goals list. So I do want to go ahead and get mining automation and processing up. This being the main thing that I really wanted to work on. If you guys remember last episode, I grabbed some liquefacted coal, or I started making some liquefacted coal, and this is how we're actually producing our power. Made some more capacitor banks, so we have 25 million MJ, which is pretty awesome. And I got the magma crucible full of liquefacted coal. The sag mill is full of coal powder. The ender chest is almost full of coal essence. So I think what I'm going to do is, and it's still coming in with items too, I do need to export out of the magma crucible some liquefacted coal. So we have a line coming here, so I guess I could run it to an ender tank or possibly to a separate tank. I think an ender tank would probably be best. So let's go ahead and see what we have. Vulcanite. I know I got some of this. Probably gonna need about 8 more of those for some ender tanks. I think that'll be the best way to get it actually out of that room, instead of having to mess around with all of those liquiducts in there. So what all exactly do I need? I need a cauldron. I need 2 cauldrons actually. Some wool, so I got enough string, thankfully, and 2 ender tanks. Awesome. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull out that. So do we have any ink sacs? We do. Good. All right, so I'm just gonna make both of these color code black for liquefacted coal. All right, good. Perfect. Alright, if you guys remember early on as well that I used the, what are those things? Those crucibles from mariculture. Man, my mind is just going out of control. I used those early on for ore processing, so I think, do I want to, yeah, just, yeah, no. Darn frame rate messing with me. Stop it. Put that right there. Alright, awesome. So that's filling up with liquefacted coal. But yes, I used the crucible early on to do ore processing for all of my ores, doubling them and such. And I think I'm going to go ahead and continue that trend on as well. So I'm thinking maybe like, I don't know if I want to make like a separate room real quick, or if I want to do it like right here. Plus, I also do need to head back up to the diving shack and grab that as well. But before I do that, oh, cool, it's filled. I want to go ahead and make myself the means that I want to use for mining. I had a couple ideas, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the, oh, actually, no. My mind is just not here tonight, I guess. I want to go ahead and use the digital miner. Now, I've done a lot of crafting for this already, like atomic cores. You guys will notice that in my inventory. I've got a lot of the, required materials to go ahead and start crafting this stuff. So, let's see, we need a teleportation core. We actually need a few more of these. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, cooked up a few more of those. Alright, so I need another teleportation core. There we go. So we got 2 of those. I believe I already crafted the logistical sorters, which are pretty easy. We just need some circuits, iron ingots, and a piston. So I already have those in the system, if I'm not mistaken. Should have another basic circuit, I think. We'll go ahead and craft ourselves a few more of these atomic cores. I'm just going to go ahead and craft 4 of those for now, because I think I need some of those for the robot. Yeah, I need 1. We're going to need 2 energy tablets. Hopefully this doesn't crash my game, because I think it crashed my game last time I was attempting to do this. There's the electrical chest. Do I have obsidian ingots? That's not good. I need obsidian ingots too. So thankfully this won't take as long to craft as it did previously. So yeah, what all do I need? That. And then the 2 energy tablets. I'm just going to go ahead and do this manually like that, because I believe when I did craft this before, robot that is, it crashed my game. So I'm going to be careful shift-clicking robot's recipe into the crafting square. I'm just going to go ahead and do it manually. So I think, let me grab diamond. I think I need the crusher, because I'm going to need some obsidian ingots. So let's go ahead and place this guy down right there. Let's go ahead and get 1 diamond up and running. That should give me some diamond dust. A little bit of pulverized obsidian. There we go. I think we're also going to need the osmium. Oops. I was hoping to hit M there. The osmium compressor. I'm going to put this guy back here, kind of out of the way. He's going to need a little bit of osmium, which is why I pulled out the osmium ingots. And is this guy empty? He is. Awesome. So diamond dust. I believe the pulverized obsidian will go in the metallurgic infuser. How much is that going to give me? Okay, cool. 8 pieces. So we're going to need 2 obsidian ingots. So we're going to take the refined obsidian dust from here. We're going to take this and place this into our osmium compressor, which should give us our obsidian ingots, if I remember right. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So I love the digital miner. I've used it before a couple times. Digital miner's just, I love it. It's just, it's a really, really efficient way, I think, of mining. In my opinion, at least. So, show me the miner. Come on. There we go. Alright, so lastly, we need robot, the atomic cores, logistical sorters, and then the teleportation cores on the bottom. There we go. Digital miner. It really was not as bad as I did it before. A lot easier, actually. I think, you know, I'd love to put this in here, but there's really no room for it. You know, actually, no, I could put this in here, actually. I could move this whole water setup down a little bit. I think these 4 compression dynamos are going to be fine for now. Maybe not to power the digital miner fully upgraded, but for now, I think it'll be alright. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick these guys up. Get them all out of the way. Thank you. Come here, you. And you. I had before put him in the... Oh, thank the Lord I picked that up. I had put him out there just so the way it didn't clog up the room in here. But I think instead... Is this... That's liquefacted coal. So we got water there and up there. So these guys are going to be slowly running out of water. Maybe... See, I don't want to connect it there, so... Let's put it down 1 block there. And then the aqueous accumulator like that. Can this not? It looks to me like it doesn't have an output on the top. Okay, that's just the water. That's what I was thinking it was. The water was, you know, not showing it. I was like, that should be an output. Alright, so there we go. We're going to have water there. And then we'll run another line under this. Oops, nope. There we go. That way it doesn't connect up with anything. And then we should be able to break underneath those other aqueducts and get this set up and going. Alright, I'll clean that up. Alright, so there's the other one. Perfect. Alright, so now we got water for all of these guys again. There we go. That works. Close off the floor. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and pop in my digital miner right here, I think. Yeah, there we go. And that should also be connected with power. Perfect. Filled up as well. Good. Alright, so I think, actually, we do have a block space there. Another ender chest would be helpful, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and put my other part of this build in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do one thing real quick. I need to head up to the diving shack. I need to grab my magma crucible, and I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, and we're back. So I went ahead and grabbed my crucible furnace from the diving shack. Also grabbed the transfer node that I had up there as well. And I have a reason for that. Do I have any barrels in here? Good, we do. Got 11 of them. Pre-made. That's what I usually like to try to do. Alright, so if I have that, do we have any buckets? Probably in my bag. Yes, perfect. Alright, so I want 1 bucket of lava. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and make another... Oops, I don't need 2, because I have the Emperor's Chalice. Well, actually... I guess I could use the water outside. What I want to do is I want to make another cobble generator to supply this guy with cobblestone. So I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I think... If you guys see on top of this, and I'm just going to put a piece of cobble there. This one right here, if I'm not mistaken, if we have cobble either, I don't know if it's going to be in an inventory or I don't know if it needs to be like in a chest or if a barrel will work. I'm hoping the barrel will work. Let's see, let's go ahead and put like half a stack in there, or a stack in there to get it started. Where do I want to do this lava trick at? See, if I break that open, this whole room's gonna flood with water. Let's do this. There we go. That should work. And then I'm going to go ahead and head outside here. Oh, great. And the room goes ahead and fills with water. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hopefully my water doesn't, like... I'm hoping the water does not destroy my lava that I'm going to place down. Alright, so we should be good. There's a level of glass there, so if I do this, open that up. There we go. So we got lava there. And... oop, darn it. There we go, and that should work. Hopefully this should work for our transfer node. It is. Awesome. Alright, so I need to leave that piece of glass there for the water. Need that one there for the lava. Alright, cool. So, what I'm wanting to do is to use the digital miner, once I set this up, to fill everything in with cobblestone. So we got auto eject, which I do want to turn on. So auto eject is turned on. Silk touch, I'll leave that turned off for now. Auto pull, I want turned on. Because if I'm not mistaken, that will pull. I think, if hopefully this works. If not, I'll just use a chest from this barrel to fill in. So that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm going to hit Ordict, which is Ore Dictionary, and I believe it's star ore. Maybe not. Or ore.star. Can't remember. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, so that should pretty much go ahead and try to pick up every ore in a radius that we can set here. I think the max is 64? 32. Okay, so the max is 32. Alright, so we want the minimum height to be 0. The max height to be... Let's set this to 120. Now, this isn't going to be great because we are sitting... And I'm just going to delete that one. That one's alright. This is the one we want, so it's ore star. And that should pick up everything. But since out we're in a ocean that goes all the way down to bedrock, probably not going to find much unless it's in the walls over there. So if I go ahead and click on start, is this going to pull item? Is this going to pull out of there? I don't think it is. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my dollies to go ahead and pick this guy up here. And I'll just throw it in my backpack, that way I don't get that buff, or that debuff on me. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab a chest then. It does not want to help at all. So I'll just make it work. Alright, so I should start filling up with cobblestone. Is that gonna work? Oh, replace block. I forgot to fill that in. Alright, oops. I already had cobblestone. If I put that there, will that work? Alright, it is going a little slow. It's picking up some dark iron, I think. Can I, like, turn this off for a minute? I just want to make sure this is pulling out of the chest. Okay, it is. Okay, good. So, the digital miner is pulling the cobblestone out of the chest. It's replacing all of the ores that it's picking up. Can you hand me that, please? Where'd you go? Thank you. It's replacing all of the ores that it's picking up here with cobblestone. So that way it doesn't like leave empty holes in the world, which is something I don't really want, you know, if I'd want in my world. But it has 4,735 items left at mine, well, now. And right now we got osmium, uranium, not looking too bad. But we want to be able to take a lot of these other things out of the digital miner and start processing them. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my fluid tank. And this is kind of how I wanted to set it up. I might actually need... I think I'm going to go ahead and put the diamond chest right there. So I should start exporting it automatically from there because I have auto eject on. Should auto eject that into my diamond chest there. I think I'm going to go ahead and use... item ducks in this case. Grab some pneumatic servos. And if I'm not mistaken, and I'm hoping this does work, because you know, I thought I remembered seeing and reading about this in that book for mariculture, then I think you can actually use liquefacted coal for the crucible furnace. So that's what I'm hoping for here. You know what? Actually, this could be kind of cool if I did this. Because then we could just, like, kind of look through the window, you know? It's like right there. It's not too bad. Alright, so if I flip that, that should start filling up the fluid tank with liquefied coal. Is this heating up? Sure is. Nice. Sweet. That's awesome. Alright, and I believe the liquefied coal actually burns all the way up to the highest temp that it has, which is, I believe, is 2,000. So that way we can, like, smelt the iron and everything else as well. Where's that piece at? Because that's bugging me. Alright, fine. I didn't want to pick it up anyway. Alright, so we need to go ahead and start pulling out of here. We don't want it to connect to that. But we also want to set up a filter because we don't want, like, every item that's coming out of there to go into the crucible furnace, because all of the items probably won't smelt. Like, I don't think the dark iron would work in there. I don't think cinnabar. We don't want redstone going in there. We don't want, like, these shards heading in there. So we want to set up, like, osmium. I believe osmium works in there. And everything else, we'll just have it export into the network. Actually, you know what? Better yet, I could just do the import-export bus thing. Have this export into the network and have the network send it here and then just automatically eject afterwards. That's not a bad idea. Because if that's the case, I could just throw an interface on behind that. Do I even have an interface? No, I don't. I think I do probably want to craft up a couple of these, though. Thankfully, I have a lot of this stuff already crafted, like that conversion matrix there. Alright. Alright, export. Let's do an export bus. So I'm going to need one of these basic ones. Basic export bus. And then if I do a slime with my piston. There we go. Sticky piston, ME interface. We'll get a basic import bus. Now, do we have any basic processors? Awesome. I love having stuff already pre-made. So, precision export bus should work. And do we have any cables? 16 should be enough. Alright, so instead of this guy here, let's go ahead and pick that up. I'm going to put an interface right on the back of that. Just like that. Oops. I was hoping I'd make sure I picked everything up. So everything's going to make its way into the exported items. If I go ahead and take this now and hook it directly up into... Let's see, how do I do that? There we go. But let me get through first. We'll do that, and then that'll automatically export the items into the network. Now from there... Let me actually go ahead and put the silicon, osmium, and I'll grab the ores that I want in a minute. Alright, so if I hit up an export bus there, we'll grab the ores that I want. Hopefully this works. So I want tin for 1, gold, pretty much the main ores, you know, silver, ferrous I'm not going to worry about, osmium works in there. Bauxite. Unfortunately, I don't have any iron yet, which kind of stinks, but that's alright. We get the gist of it, right? So if I set this up, I just want to make sure this is going to work. So copper, osmium, silver, gold, tin, and if we do stacks, I'm pretty sure it's just going to do the copper first. Now obviously this is going to take a minute to heat up. Do I have standard heating upgrade? I think these are the ones I need to go ahead and heat this thing up a little bit faster. Yeah, there we go. That's moving a little bit faster now. Good. Alright, I'm going to go and throw the rest of these ores back into the network. There you go. And then obviously afterwards we're going to want to import everything back into the network. So I think it's smart enough not to you know, pull out the ores. It's just gonna pull out all the other items that it produces. So I think we want to go ahead just to make this look better. Yeah, there we go. That looks nice. Now, can I get out? No? Thank you. I thought so. Alright, so that's just going to fill up with cobble. Thankfully, that's replacing everything. So this is going pretty slow. We could make some speed upgrades and some efficiency upgrades and stuff like that. How's this doing over here? Oh, yeah, this is working fine. Power situation? Going up. Nice. To make this run a lot faster and all that good stuff, but I'm not real worried about that at the moment. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to let this start warming up a little bit, and we'll come back as soon as it's finished. Now, we do need to hook up. I got the ingot caster. I don't know if I want to use the ingot caster. It'd probably be yeah, it'd probably be better to do that way than the block cast. So, where do I want to put that up? The export bus is going to go ahead and pull out the items, like the extra items that it produces. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put the ingot caster. I guess that'll work. Instead of making another export bus, what I could do is I could go ahead and hook this guy up right here. This duct. Set this to export and then just grab pneumatic servo, pop in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Ignore redstone signals. That'll send everything out into the interface as well, which will send it back into the system. So if this auto exports the liquids, which it should, it'll go ahead and make its ingots, send them off into the network. So this is kind of how I wanted my processing system to be set up here for AquaLab. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to let this crucible go ahead and warm up and make sure this is working. I'll see you guys back here in a second. Alright guys, and we're back. So, I've been keeping an eye on this. It's been slowly heating up, and so far we got almost up to 1700 degrees Celsius. It's been running through the osmium so far. I guess it'll probably do the right slot first, I'm guessing, from what I'm seeing. So, not bad, just doing one at a time, but I did grab the standard hyperkinetic upgrades from our other crucible. Those are pretty much, I think those are some of the easier ones to make, if I'm not mistaken. Another hiding in here somewhere too. Yeah, so aluminum with some sugar around a basic hyperkinetic upgrade, and that just takes sugar with iron around it. So those aren't too bad to make, and that does speed up its processing a little bit. Granted, we could make some of the higher end ones as well, but I don't have the ice for that. I'll hold off on that. This would be working just fine. So it is also exporting out all of its excess, I would imagine, even though the osmium I don't think gives anything extra, but if we had like something like copper there instead, I'm sure it would probably do that. And then it pretty much just exports its liquid out into the ingot caster here. Once it forms up into a solid ingot, it solidifies, exports into the interface back into the system. So nice little processing system. It's a little slow, but I think it's gonna work just fine. And pretty much that's what I wanted to work on today, guys, for our final episode here in AquaLab. I'm sorry that I cut it short so much. I just, like I said, I had an idea, I had a vision of what I wanted to do. I saw where I was gonna go with it, but I just kind of lost interest, I guess. So I really do apologize. I'm sorry. I'm ready to move on to something different. So hopefully we can maybe start something new. Maybe see if Teddy and Vager want to do something different. If they want to jump in. If not, like I said, I got some other ideas that I can do myself. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed what little bit of the series I had. The good times, fun times, and some of the builds that I've done. So I've had a good time. I remember early on doing a lot of mariculture stuff. So thank you guys so much. And until next time, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye.